Olá pessoal, eu sou João Baltazar, sou coordenador de inovação acadêmica e redes de cooperação do Semesp e estou aqui com a Renata representando o Semesp no South by Southwest e eu queria conversar um pouco com vocês, conversar com a Lotis, que é uma das pessoas que a gente conheceu aqui e que veio participar do South by Southwest através da startup dela. Então eles foram convidados, teve uma seleção muito rígida para selecionar 5 startups de cada categoria. A startup dela está na categoria cultural e social. Eles ficam em Londres, na Inglaterra, e o projeto é, através do voluntariado, desenvolver habilidades importantes para o mercado de trabalho e dessa forma não só ajudar as empresas, mas ajudar também a pessoa a melhorar as suas próprias habilidades. Então, eu vou falar aqui um pouquinho com ela agora, vou falar em inglês. E Lotis, it's so nice to be here with you.
It's really lovely to be with you too, João. Thank you for having me.
Of course, thank you for giving us a little bit of insight into this whole new track at South by Southwest that is really important, but it's also very peculiar to the ones who are actually in it. So why don't you tell us a little bit about the process? How is it that you came to be here today presenting at South by Southwest?
Sure. So, do I look at you? So we enter the competition online. So every year South by Southwest opens an international competition for companies from all over the world. So organizations from Brazil could easily apply next year should they wish to, where you fill in quite an extensive application form that asks about a lot of detail about your business, and then essentially they judge you on 5 categories, I believe, which are creativity, team, goodness, scalability, and one other category that I can't remember at the moment. But using those 5 categories, they basically whittle down the applications to 50 startups from across the world. So this year I understand that over 800 startups applied for each of for the whole competition, and 5 companies are chosen per category, as you said.
This is fantastic. It is a very competitive selection process.
Oh.
Yeah, so being here, I imagine it's been a great experience. And so tell us a little bit what you went through, all the steps of actually, eventually giving the pitch and going through all of the process.
Sure. So once you're selected, they basically then put you through your training. So you get given a mentor to help you with your pitch, and you are given three sessions or more, depending on the mentor, to try and whittle down your entire business into 2 minutes. So that's quite complicated because there are a lot of categories that you need to match. So as well as the product, the solution, the standard startup things that you have to share, you also, for us, we really wanted to share the vision of the company, which in 2 minutes is doable, but difficult. So after that, once you do your 2 minute pitch, 3 minutes would actually be quite a luxury.
Yeah.
2 minute pitch, then you arrive in South by Southwest, then you have another group of mentors who give you another set of practice, and then they ask you to change it the day before the pitch.
Oh, how nice of
How
them.
amazing. And then you get 6 minutes of questions after the pitch, which 8 minutes seems like not that long, but I got to press the button. But when you are standing in front of a group of hundreds of people, that 8 minutes is actually a lifetime.
Right. And what do you think is going to be the biggest takeaway for VOLO, your startup? And what do you think that this experience is going to change the way you encounter your daily problems through work, and how this is going to be able to be scaled through South by Southwest?
Yeah, so for us, we really came to South by Southwest to understand the American market, to see if there was an appetite here for what we do, and also to try and meet some investors and just good people who could potentially help to support VOLO in the future. And how has South by Southwest affected us? It has given us exactly what we hoped for. We've met incredible people here. I think, obviously you guys, but I think if nothing else, we have a much better understanding of what the challenges are here in the States and how our company could address those challenges. We've had incredibly positive feedback, which has been really nice.
Yeah.
We've spoken to lots of companies that would be very happy to take on, not very happy actually, that would want to try VOLO because it is addressing a very pressing need of soft skill development and the lack of it, particularly in young people. And we've met a lot of really amazing people that are willing to help us make it happen. So I think in terms of what's going to happen next for us when we go back to England, we will start to think really how to make it happen. Like thinking about expanding into America when you're...
Or even Brazil.
I would love to expand in Brazil.
Yes.
So home. Yeah, and thinking again, you know, it's really funny as a startup entrepreneur. When you're at the very beginning of your journey, you're not even going to sure if you're going to make it to the next year. And now, nearly 3 years later, 3.5 nearly 4 for my co-founder, and you're like, oh, we're talking about international expansion.
Yeah.
That's insane!
It is.
So for me personally, if nothing else, I've just learned so much about American culture, about the American market, and how we could make it possible here.
Well, thank you so much, Lotis. I really do think that this gives everyone a little bit more of an insight what it means to participate at South by Southwest as a startup, to broaden your horizons and to really inspire some Brazilian startups to also apply.
Do it. It's completely worth it, and you'll love it, the whole experience.
This is great.
And you'll be great.
Obrigado, Lotis. E, bom, a Lotis é uma grande parceira nossa aqui, conhecemos no South by Southwest, e espero que essa experiência possa inspirar outras pessoas aí no Brasil a virem e a se aventurarem nessa grande conferência de inovação. Obrigado. Tchau.